In this video, we will be discussing using the Revolve command. If you'd like to follow along with this video, please open the file using the revolve command.dwg located in the Working Files folder as discussed in the Working with this dataset video. You use the Revolve command to create an arcing or circular 3D model from geometry representing a profile of that model. When you revolve a profile, you spin the profile around a defined axis. The amount of revolution can be a full 360 degrees or any start and stop angle within the 360 degrees. You create a solid model if you select a single closed loop object as the profile. If you select open loop geometry or a closed loop composed of separate objects, then you create a surface model. Now, for some models that show material that is bent, rolled, or cast in an arc or circular shape, revolving a profile is the only way to achieve the needed results. In other cases, it will just be a lot faster to draw a profile and revolve it than to create and combine solid primitives. You'll be more productive and successful in revolving profiles if you know how to use the revolve command and its options to control the model's creation. First, let's check our del obj variable and see what it's set to. It's set to 0, which it should be set to. That way, we retain the existing 2D profile geometry for later use. The revolve command is in the Home tab, Modeling panel, and then we have the Extrude dropdown, and then we have the Revolve command. Let's first look at this simple example of a region that is a 2D profile, and we have the axis defined over here. The first thing you do is select the object to revolve. We'll go ahead and select it. In this case, this is actually a region. Press Enter. And now look at the command line window to see what options you have available. You can specify the axis start point or define the axis by an object or the X, Y, or Z axes. We'll go ahead and pick object and we'll select this object here and notice how it wants to revolve around the object itself. Pretty cool. You can define a start angle, you can reverse it, or you could simply type it in here. Let's press Enter to complete the 360 angle. This is now a true 3D solid that just used that 2D profile to revolve around that object there. Let's look at another example of a doorknob. We'll go ahead and change our layer to a different layer. And let's go ahead and start the revolve command. At the Select Objects to Revolve prompt, go ahead and select the object, press Enter, and now we have nothing in this drawing to select. However, at this prompt, as I always say, when you see the cursor look like this is the pick a point cursor. You can actually snap to the location that you want to define that axis, and then you can define the angle of revolution. Let's just type in 180, press Enter, and now we have that 3D solid as well. Lastly, let's look at an example here where let's say we want to create a planting pot. We'll go ahead and use the Revolve command. We'll start with this object here, press Enter, and then we'll go ahead and snap to define our axis, and let's press Enter to define 360. Now, although we have not discussed this command yet, we will in a future video. Let's go ahead and look at the solid editing panel, and let's look at the shell command. Let's go ahead and select the solid, and then at the remove face prompt, simply select the top, and then press Enter, and then define a distance of 0.25, and press Enter, and look how simple that is. We now have a planting pot defined with the Revolve and the shell command.